Huh?
Moon is invis right now. He's got the extra rupture damage, but it is on cooldown for 25 seconds. They know where Anna is. Wait, what? Okay, go. Yeah. What?
Apple.
Good times.
I don't know how to call play-by-play on two heroes staring at each other, Blitz. Help me.
I got you. I'll do your job as usual.
TV out from Seb. I would pay to see some Blitz play-by-play right now.
It's sick good.
Alright, give it to me. Thompson's hitting Roshan.
You just took my job from me again.
You gotta elaborate on that, man. Give me the details. Give me the descriptions. What does Thompson smell like right now while he's hitting Roche?
That's a really hard job to do what you do. They're all around this area. Nobody's really doing much. It's a stalemate.
Oh, the nullifier onto Mushi. They're gonna be able to catch him with the Son of Doom build. Great pickup from Seb.
The Bloodthorn does so much damage.
And now they can go into Roshan.
Now it's a free rush.
But they do have a buyback on to Necrophos.
Also, the Pango still... He does a good dance around that Roche pit.
Yeah, he certainly does. Which is why Big Daddy No Tail wants to make sure there's no vision around here. He's going to give up his life for it. Does have the golden psalms. He's going to pop it. He pops in the last second before he dies. Sep now comes into the back line. Does manage to kill the Crystal Main. Not sure if that's the hero that he really wants, but Moon, he's going to die pretty soon here. The Cold Embrace. Now the Winter's Curse gets laid out. Thompson's taking a lot of damage. They actually hit Anna, though, slowing down some of that damage. But finally, Mushi's here from his buyback TPN. Going to be able to get the Reaper Sight on his Zeb. He's already dead now. The Pangalier's going to get caught by Jerix. Jerix jumps himself out with the enchant totem. Jad's going to be slowed down. Managed to get the Cold Embrace ahead of the stun, though. That'll buy just a little bit more time. He's instantly stunned by lane of Rax. It's total chaos, and then Eskier losing in every single angle.
They don't have the buybacks anymore. The buyback on Mushi. He's going to go into the Roshan pits. You were right, by the way. The Ags Earthshaker was so value.
2300 HP, a 5-second cooldown on that. I mean, which is
because, I mean, he's just died it so many times.
Yeah. They need to protect him. He does not have buyback, neither to Seb, obviously.
Nobody's really got buyback. Moon does have the cooldown timer up, but doesn't have the gold for it. As Jerix.
Jerix gonna be spotted. Enchant totem away, or bait them in.
Pop, just gonna TP out.
Yeah, teleportation.
He's got his level 25. They are using everywhere.
Nice. Swashbuckles away ahead of the stun. They're just gonna have Vegas. One swift move and OG just dominate Mineski.
All right. It's really funny just watching this over and over again. I thought he needed something like a Lotus or a Force, but having his enchant as a escape mechanism is pretty great.
Yeah.
And now you've got a Linken's on this Lena.
You basically become a Sand King, you know?
Yeah,
you just play the in and out team fight.
All you have to do now if you're OG is not throw the game.
Yes.
If you're in such a good position, just chill and you're fine.
Do not throw the game, OG. You need every single win to get yourself out of that trench.
Mineski's winning in them, but you have to take into account that 9 of those deaths are no-tail. A third of the game's deaths are towards a no-tail. Like, how much gold is he really giving up every time he dies?
Yeah, no-tail no-tail definitely started that last team fight around the Roshan pit by just kind of running in.
I don't even know if that was that good.
Yeah.
Buyback, so you might as well.
Yeah. Roshan's gonna go for AC, give himself some more armor, help everybody else out.
Why bother walking?
When you can fly.
Like, I wouldn't even walk this far.
Yeah. He's trying to figure out which neutral camps are still up. He's like, Seb always looks really good on like the strategic based heroes. You know, like the Nature's Prophet, where you have to have a strong understanding of how to move the enemy around.
Yeah.
Venomancer, I think, is very similar in that regard.
OG don't played. Like, the majority of the games haven't been played yet.
Yeah.
So this is where you start making your way back into things.
He played for the Duro Rangers.
Also,
Anything else big?
I don't know why he TP'd to this ancient camp when they were the ones that blocked it.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, Seb's good.
Wonder if he thought he was getting like smoke games or something.
Yeah, he was just gonna get echo slammed right there or something.
Yeah. I can't feel great. But, yeah, I mean, if you're OG, you're still not going to do anything until your buybacks are up.
Oh, man. Ice. If I'm Ice, I'm pissed that I lose this game.
Yeah, he did so well.
I am genuinely so furious.
He was just like moving nonstop. It's like just trying to bail everyone else out. And it was working. Mineski was up by a good 3K against a Duro Ranger lineup. Now they are facing Mega Creeps at 43 minutes in. 23 to 27, about a 21,000 gold lead for OG.
I have seen Mineski come back in these situations before, though.
Not sure if they had Mega Creeps against them yet. I think it was one lane of racks they still had. What in the world, Moon?
What?
Just looking at his effigy. It's the Morphling one at the very top. Alright, well, we're just gonna wait it out a little bit. We're gonna wait for 1.5 minutes where we'll have buyback from both Seb and Thompson. Probably wait for Roshan as well, which is not up for another potential 2 minutes. So, if you need a bathroom break before the exciting end of this game, this is probably the right time to do it. Level 25 talents yet? Nobody on Mineski. How about OG? It's 175 range for the Lena. We got the teleportation that we've seen so much. Duro Ranger does have the
smoked up. They're just taking a fight.
Yeah, they're going to go for a double silence, but they're actually wrapping all the way up through the top lane here.
Could have.
No follow-up damage. Seb is going to be able to walk that up. BKB turning and fighting up against Mushi. He's kind of losing this fight. The Organ Nullifier comes out. Seb's trying to get away, trying to TP out. Is he going to make it? Winter's Curse. That's going to be able to stop it. And finally, Jarek's finishes off his ally. Now, Jarek jumps onto the Winter Wyvern for vengeance, for being able to kill Seb. Jams keeps himself alive with the Cold Embrace for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, they actually going to let the Duro Ranger. Jams, he's definitely dying here, but the rest of the team has to back up to be able to.
Go for the bounty runes and go for Roshan instead. As Jarek's. Do they know he's here? They're pinging around the area.
Can they Actually, can they go for Roshan?
Who, Mineski?
Yeah.
Oh,
They can somehow get out of their base.
I feel like there's no way.
Yeah, these megas, they don't. Radiance now on Mushi. Need more damage from everyone. Battle Fury build for Moon. He's facing up against Sprout, so it makes sense, and also needs to clear through those megas.
Thompson looking for the courier.
Hey, saw it thanks to this ward right here, I believe. Not that it matters, though. They lost the fight. But Mineski are still stuck inside their base. There's that Battle Fury. That'll help push out things quite significantly. He's going to get his level 25 soon. Blood Right cooldown really helps clear through creep waves as well.
Roshan's still almost up. Anna has an E-Blade.
He took a lot of damage. He was down to half HP.
So he's going for the double E-Blade Dro.
No Tail's got Lincolns. Nothing else.
Radiant are scanning.
The Mega Creep battle just continues on.
15 seconds till Roshan. That'll kick things up a notch. Mineski cannot seem to get outside of their base to test. So that's going to be Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard for OG. Seen that.
I've definitely not seen that.
Double damage for Seb makes short work of Baroche.
He's taking Aegis too.
Yeah, double global silence for the next fight. Cheese for the Dro Ranger. Some of that, they actually managed to get the Lotus Orb Cold Embrace to be able to save Mushi's life a little bit longer. Ice couldn't do too much with that rolling thunder. Glyph goes down. Mineski hold against the Mega Creeps for a little while. They reset. Now to jump in. Anna tries to go up the silence. Mushi forced to pop his BKB. Managed to get the Shivas, but Seb is turning and fighting farther up. Thompson managed to get the Ghoul Scepter on Ice. Just right clicks and down. Ice shutting up the two with the silence coming out from Anna. Back into the fountain they go. Mineski trapped with 3, and the throne will die. OG will 2-0 Mineski, bringing their group stage. It is back from the dead.
Ooh. I still sort of feel like Mineski should not have lost.
Five seconds remaining.
Yep.
Fanatics turn to ban.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the International 8. We're taking a look at some more wonderful Dota. It's day 3. Trent, you were just on the main stream.
I'm so ready. The magic of television. I have appeared now suddenly on stream number 2. So it is OG versus. I'm might need that.
But yeah, it is a wonderful game that we've got ahead of us now. OG versus Fnatic. I think out of all of the matches that are starting the day off, this is the one that I'm most excited for, just because of how crazy these teams are. I feel like OG is not necessarily the same level
to cast their games. I didn't get to do the EU qualifier. I wasn't sure if they'd even make it out of that, because obviously at that point they were still a relatively new team. They had to bring in Anna back to the fold of OG. Now Top's in here as well. The guy's a little wild, that X factor that maybe you just kind of need here. So looking forward to it. Meanwhile, Fnatic, been watching a lot of Fnatic lately, and we know that they
to this OG practicing, and I think people are questioning, all right, Topson, is this guy for real? He's a streamer, most known for this Meteor Hammer Invoker build, which is kind of memey. He's running around, spamming the chat lines and whatever. This guy is really freaking good. So many games that I saw him play, like Morphling mid, for instance, and then go up against the Queen of Pain, and he would just dominate the CS.
Came to his, prominence and fame streaming just by playing this Monkey King. Like, when the hero first came out, it was kind of like JX and the Earth Spirit, same sort of a deal, where people would come to his stream to watch and be like, oh my god, this new hero, this guy is making it look completely broken. Now, mind you, Earth Spirit was a little more broken. To be fair, so was Monkey King.
God, those first couple days.
Yeah, exactly. But Topson, he's shown he's the real deal. And I'm pretty happy about that, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a hero that just fits their style of play so well. OG are going to try and go for a little bit of pressure against it, though, by taking the Chen. Early game aggression might be one of the ways that you deal with this Fnatic draft. That occasionally we've been seeing sort of that 3.5. Taken in the first phase.
Okay, so we've seen this. If this was China, I wouldn't be too surprised. You know what I mean? Like watching Serenity and IG, a couple different teams there, VG as well, I believe, just pulling it out. LGD have been playing the Lina, so maybe a little bit of migration here for our fiery sister. But her other sister's still in the pool, shockingly. Crystal Maiden, all her love lately, and also a Chen on the enemy team.
Like it might be a little bit strange. I think we should also mention real quickly before we get too far into the draft, the situation that both of these people are sitting at. You have Fnatic at right now 5-3 and OG at 3-5. OG have played some of the more tough opponents so far, so they're looking to try and gain a little bit of steam, whereas Fnatic are just trying to keep the ball rolling.
As this guy gets farmed, if the game goes well.
Right.
Mind you, if this is even for Universe. I mean, we saw a couple teams in the C region also using the support Enigma in that sort of position 3.5 role, and just going super hyper push. You think about like a Drow strat still being available for Fnatic, definitely something OG need to be looking out for.
And I like the idea that they're starting it off with the threat of the Drow Ranger without even having. It's because you've got this Chen Lina, which is also a great combination.
Yeah, no doubt about that. They're on the pulse. That envy brain, it's working in overdrive during these drafts. Can't let himself get caught up in the thought of like, but we could pick the Drow here. It looks so good. But that first pick out of the phase, OG could opt into it. So they're just going to have to watch out for that. But yeah, I still think Crystal Maiden looks relatively okay for Fnatic. I think Pilot can definitely play that in like more of that poverty role and still give plenty of space over to DJ. You always want lots of mana regen as a Wind Ranger, but OG, they're going to be focusing more on these general strategies that revolve around the Enigma, and we've already seen the use of the Lone Druid from Fnatic for this earlier push, very reminiscent of Liquid during last year's TI run.
Yeah, and I think that this is the way that Fnatic needed to reinvent themselves for this tournament, because you looked at them going into it, it didn't look amazing. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like a top 8 performance that we were seeing from Fnatic leading up to this event. And now they are looking like that team. And, dare I say it, with the drop-off of Secret and Vici and these other favorites, maybe even, being able to make a run at some of the top 4. It'd be crazy, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, anything can happen at TI. That's the beauty of it. And the group stage means nothing. So you still can't get ahead of yourself right now. It all depends the playoffs. You watch that lower bracket run just last year. Totally. You can never tell who's going to come out on top.
Nature's Prophet banned out now after the lone Druid ban. One of the other heroes that's just about early aggression with that Chen. I guess, do you have to try and make a lot happen early on if you're going to take this hero?
Not necessarily. I think Chen, maybe not quite as great later on as he was before. I think like some of the talent changes and the aghanims and stuff like that have been nerfed over the past year, but he's still okay. But he has a hard time making plays if there's like split pushes and stuff like that, which is kind of a little bit of a problem. So it is better if you can close it out early, but it shouldn't be a total disaster.
Yeah, I guess as we see the Meepo ban out there, just looking at an Enigma, it's just like, it makes me scared. Although now they're going to take the Spectre, so I kind of got a little bit of both, man. I have this feeling. I just have this feeling that this game might
protected. You already have the Wind Ranger and the Enigma, which you're assuming is going to be sort of a pressuring dual lane, but Enigma is also one of these heroes that doesn't necessarily want someone else in his lane, but in this case they should be able to just focus on the Lassets and Denies with the Eidolons, and then they can bully now with this Pilot Eye Enigma too. Yeah, or sorry, Pilot Eye Undying.
Yeah, this is, I feel like, been the classic answer to the Spectre. I think if you look like on Dota Buff too, it's like the highest win rate percentage against Spectre. If you look at pro teams and the way that they try and prioritize, it's just a great answer in general. It does kind of like make a little bit of a weird scenario now where it's like, okay, do you want to run an Enigma and Dying lane, or do you want to stick the Wind Ranger there regardless and like ensure that Abed has a good game?
They might try and dodge if you were to do Wind Ranger Enigma, right? Like the Spectre could try and go in that Radiant off lane is a pretty nice place to farm. If you can just control the wave with any semblance, it is very safe. It's very hard to backdoor in behind. We saw EG abuse that a lot leading up over the past like 3 or 4 months.
I think the Lina, we're anticipating it mid, but they have been known to mix things up again. I would be really surprised, and it definitely is going to be played in that mid role. It just seems so strange to me to take that early. Like, what is the value of taking the Lina now?
It has value just by being flexible. There's a lot there. It's also just someone who you can, like, Thompson's pretty known for it too, I would say. Like, I've watched several of his games where he looks good. It puts the Drow lineup into that second phase, so it forced that ban. But what I really like about the Stream Protector pick, and what I like about Fnatic's bans, was that they didn't try and focus on BKB canceling stuns, because you just simply can't ban them all out, right? Like, there's so many heroes in the pool, you can't just, like, we lose Silencer, but there was still Bane, but this Stream Protector, I think, was the right choice. So we have some way to cancel the BKB ulti if we get there with the Black Hole from the Enigma, but he's also someone who can kind of stand up to some of these bullying lanes.
And if you're able to get into a decent timed Blink Dagger or whatever, that's going to make sure that you can get in there and cancel that Black Hole. Yeah, I like it a lot. And I think that the Silencer ban also is, the biggest threat that you're really going to have. Rubik, you can abuse the fact that a Rubik is there, but Silencer's in the meta regardless of the fact that it's against an Enigma. So definitely want to take that one out. And I think that if they hadn't picked it first phase, it would have been banned against them. So tree taken, and let's see if it's that Wraith King you were talking about, or if possibly Fnatic want to go to different pastures.
I think Timbersaw actually looks pretty fun in this game, and Abed is very well known on it. Stream Protector, it's not the only reason, but kind of comical. But no, just like a pressuring lane, it's good against Chen creeps. It's obviously very good against any sort of melee support, so you don't actually have that great single target focus when you're playing someone like the Timber, so also fits the bill for like the Wraith King. The only downside is it doesn't have the ease of control and initiation for like helping your lane partner, but it's still an extremely strong hero right now.
I mean, looking at these lanes, if I'm Fnatic, or rather, if I'm the Spectre, I don't know where I go.
Yeah.
Like, no lane is going to be safe. No lane I'm going to have fun in for the Spectre. And honestly, for anybody, like, all of these heroes are going to have a tough time with it. I want to see what OG's answer is going to be. I guess that you bring in Chen creeps and that sort of mitigates some of the aggression. But right now, I'm really liking Fnatic's draft.
Yeah, I'm curious. I guess you just can't pick Tinker into Spectre. I don't know how bold of a... I mean, I know that Abed's really into Tinker, and he's, it's just that is one of the more frustrating counters, because you can just haunt and get in on top of the Tinker, but on the other hand, you can only do it so often, and purchasing up into like an Abyssal Blade takes forever, and aside from the Spectre counter, the rest of the heroes look pretty terrible versus the Tinker. Like, Treant needs a lot of help to actually set up kills onto a Tinker.
Yeah. Well, and OG are the ones that ban out.
Then again, Lone Druid and Invoker somehow works, so I don't know anything.
Hey man, what are you talking about? You just, you haunt and then you can throw missiles at everybody.
It's genius. It's the next level play.
That's right. That's what they call it. So, a Klink's banned out. One of the heroes that has seen great rise in this group stage.
I don't think any of our cheat.
I wouldn't hate something like a DK. Just something big that you can throw out there, put in the mid lane, and start taking towers.
That would be kind of interesting. Maybe playing very clumped with it. Oh, okay, they will Huskar. So
this is the new DK.
It's true. They're trying to force the Lina matchup, I suppose. But now, okay, so hear me out, guys.
Okay.
Seb, I know Seb plays this, like, off-lane Treant Protector, apparently, and I believe he does it in pubs where he doesn't take Invis. Can they go with the AA with it? No, we're just going Invoker. I want to get really deep down the rabbit hole.
Well, it's normally a hero that you look at this and you say, oh my god, there's so much early aggression from Fnatic. Why are you taking Invoker?
I'm in there. I got you. So, from what I've heard, I haven't personally witnessed it, but I believe Seb does an off-lane Treant in pubs where then he just doesn't take the Invis, and he just maxes Leech Seed and the heal.
Is that really the play, though? Like, look at these lanes that they're going against. Like, he's going to have to go up against an Ursa, most likely. Can't Ursa just bully him back?
I don't know. Remember, there's no swapping. It might be an off-lane Chen, too, right? Where they just... And that's what they're trying to decide right now, but it'd be pretty weird to see No-Tail not playing Chen.
Yeah.
But there is no swapping.
You don't think that this was a misclick?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because the other thing, too, I heard this yesterday. They added something to the player thing where now it says, are you sure you want this hero?
Yeah, because with our little pause that we now have for about a minute or so after the end of the draft, we, rules for TI.
No.
There is no swapping. So yeah, let's give me the Seb Treant Protector. See, I went down the rabbit hole. It was fine, guys. We found the rabbit. Exactly. There he is. It's a Seb Treant Protector.
Well, a very interesting draft. I think Fnatic, this is the new look of their team, is fight early, try and get aggressive. They solved their late game woes in some ways, but OG still doing crazy stuff. And I think that this Anna Spectre is what they're kind of pinning their hopes on towards the end here, and making space for him throughout the map.
I kind of like it. I mean, I don't know. It worked out fairly well for Fnatic yesterday with the Huskar. I think they should have won that game versus Mineski, but things got a little bit out of hand. Their Tricorn, that was the Necro, the Wyvern for Universe, and then the Huskar for Abed. But, the Fountain was his arch rival.
So his ultimate undoing. Yeah, Abed had a bit of a rough one on that game.
Flopson.
Yeah, that's his
That's
name.
an excellent tag.
What a guy. Well, game number 1 on our third day here of the International. That's OG versus Fnatic. As we are getting ready for the chat spam. That's one thing you can definitely anticipate coming from OG. They know how to do it very well. We're going to see a lot of fight knees coming from Thompson. as he does already have the Quas leveled up. So I do believe that this is going to be the Quas Wex.
I believe that's the only way to do it versus the old Huskar.
Yeah.
Oh, first player to get 15 denies. Yo, you're not choosing an Enigma, guys. I got a bridge to sell you. Just take Enigma. For the love of God.
I don't get them, man.
Sorry, buddy. I know it's tough being the camera, but I got to help the people out here.
That's true. Let them know.
If you think Fnatic's gonna win, you want to go with the first barracks 20 to 30. If you think OG is gonna win, you might just want to go 40 plus. Sure, maybe. It's going to win. And number of teleports canceled by stun by 25 minutes.
Oh.
What do we got here? We got a Shackles. Is anyone going to really try and escape, though? Yeah, Root definitely counts.
I mean, does it count as a stun? Will it code it right? You know what I'm talking about there?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a great question. number of teleports canceled by stun. You're right.
That's what Fight me. OG, take 2. Fnatic. Gonna secure themselves only 1. Oh. A little bit late to the party is DJ. God, DJ has been having himself a hell of a tournament. I think if anybody has missed the Fnatic games that have been going on, he's looked like the player of the tournament to me.
DJ's back. Yeah, like this whole craze that happened to him. Super crucial post laning phase. His first rotations around the 6 and 7 minute mark. He got triple kills in a couple different games. It's been absolutely wild. And yeah, here's Seb. He's got that lead seed.
All right.
This is why you got to watch the pubs. You got to get the knowledge.
He's a big boy. You know, he's still. I'm
is pretty good for it, right? With Jerax on Lena. Although they did just lose their Observer Ward. That was a really risky place to put an Observer Ward, too, because they had the, like, this is such a common place to sentry, right?
Oh.
Like, it's a Tree Protector. Oh, yeah.
That Salve got broken. Yeah, that's the sentry. That's a good point.
And they just lost an Observer Ward that was right here. Just like everyone's sentry is, like, right here against Tree Protector, so it's just kind of surprising. This is it. This is the second point living hour. All right, we're in there. I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, how it goes. So the thing to watch for there in the mid lane, as we did talk about it, the salve getting broken on the Huskar makes a pretty big deal. Not the worst thing in the world is Thompson, actually. A lot of harassment there from the Brain Spears.
Right, they have Train Protector, so some Living Armor. Need to be a little bit more cautious about it with the Burning Spears, though. Gotta get it after. Or I guess actually with Living Armor level 1, because the regen's only 4. Oh, okay, so yeah, you actually get more value out of the block early on. That makes sense.
Cool. We've also been seeing the sort of is for keeping alive as top lane. Seb trading some hits with an Ursa. I mean, he's got 800 HP. Like, it's not that bad trading hits there.
No, it's kind of okay, and you just really want that second point into the Leech Seed as well. That's where it really starts to build up, and he needs a lot of assistance from Jerax, but Jerax is starting to run low on regen, both mana and HP here.
Leech Seed comes in, Jerax looking for the follow-up, able to hit it, the right click's coming through, Envy in a little bit of trouble. We'll get to slow down the Fairy Fire, and now the
He's like, that's my carry, helping me out, man.
You know, Envy's been involved in a lot of first bloods. That's one of the first ones where he gets it.
I never see Envy tip. Envy's so proud of that play.
He started to do it at the summit a little bit more, not gonna lie. He's good. He's having a revelation. Step back to base, excuse me. Cast on
Going on
itself. Yeah, that's the cool combo that you can do. The Chen. And then, of course, cast the ability on yourself afterwards once you have the mana, and you can bring it right back in again.
does cost quite a bit, right? It got increased by about, what was it, 15 mana on level 2. A little bit harsh.
Yeah.
And your pool is not that large, so curious to see what he builds for. If he goes in towards like the Blink Dagger earlier on, if he just goes for the Meteor Hammer, which is probably the most likely thing.
Do you go Arcanes on Tree in the core role, or do you think...
I'm not 1.9, so the triangles are great once you're getting through that mid game and everything, but it's more about the movement speed because you want to be able to cross the map as fast as possible.
Ally Die moving in. Thompson might have spotted him on the ward, not sure, but they are going to be able to hit the 2-person tornado. Nice play there, and get the walk away. Yeah, so he saw him moving in with this ward the whole time through, and they aren't able to find that kill.
That was a pretty slick 2-man tornado too. Like he barely clipped Highlight Eye with it.
Yeah. Oh, top lane, Seth taking a lot of damage here. They are going to hit the Light Strike Array, and well, they're absolutely fine. Again, they go over, secure themselves a couple bounty runs, easy peasy. Bottom lane, Universe just getting dove and managed to find the kill, and how can I pressure the tower? This is the strength of Chen.
Oh, Universe is dead. That means he can't be denying right now.
Oh no.
I'm kind of running into some trouble here, guys. I might have misled some people.
Oh, Highlight Die also just the damage coming out. The 2 points there in the dagger. Oh, the Soul Rip though. Thompson goes down in the mid lane, but No Tail able to find the finish there with the Chain Lightning and then on a send back.
No one expects the Harpy.
Very well done. But yeah, the mid lane was where they were able to find a kill onto the Invoker with the Husker, who's already dominating this lane and now gets a solo kill.
6. Oh wow, actually 15 and 3. It's not too bad. The Invoker, but
oh, nice shackle from DJ. Managed to hit both of the heroes, and Envy one more hit, a double kill. He's having a hell of an early game.
this Ursa pick looking very nice and certainly punishing this idea of the core treant. Position right where you're trying to take away a little bit of farm from this offlaner. Like Treant's gonna start moving around the map probably. Let's see.
Thompson
again.
Yeah, he knew that he didn't have Ghost Walk, and so just jumps on him, having that ward on the high ground. And yeah, Thompson, they're pinging that they think it's there.
Bit unfortunate there. Oh, we're one deny away. Oh no, Huskar's gonna get it. I'm so sorry.
Oh no,
I didn't think Universe would die.
That's what
well
happens,
done, Abed. Incorrect. My prediction is 2 away.
I mean, it's still kind of crazy, like, how much this Huskar is dominating, too. Like, I feel like this is going to be the type of thing that, I mean, what do you really do at this stage? I guess they're going to bring No-Tail to try and gank?
I mean, the Huskar is owning, but they're also not pressuring Spectre at all. Spectre's on top of the board. That's a problem.
Yeah.
At the same time, it doesn't matter how much Spectre has if, like, the other lanes are going too poorly, because you can just pressure in, and what's the Spectre going to do even with that much gold this early?
DJ gets the TP away, realizing No-Tail doesn't have a way to break it. Ursa, very angry, but looking to run in there and tried to bait out the Light Strike Ray. Not going to connect.
Sebs had to go for the 3rd point in Living Armor just to help Thompson. I said just, so he's to keep it at 2 on Leechy, which lowers his own aggression in the lane. Could also be partially because they're up against such a difficult matchup that's hard.
Secure bottom tier 1 tower, but they're going to try and see if they can take this Ursa off of it, and this is the strength. You can also, you know, just bully away the strength of this Stream Protector. A ton of damage, kill off creeps, push in the wave, easy peasy.
This Living Armor too, he's hitting mid, he's hitting bottom, back to mid, helping out top from there, so it is having a very big impact on the other 2 lanes. Even though it's not going that well for Thompson, it would be a hell of a lot worse.
Wow, the Abed, they're trying to take him down. He is going to fall there. Thompson looking like he's going to end up dying as DJ manages to pick up a kill. Has a Fairy Fire still, trying to bait Ana into this, and it isn't going to be enough. As Envy shows up now, trying to see if he can find himself a kill onto Jerex. The right click's coming through. Light Strike Array to save the life. And now, trying to fight Ana, needs to back out again. They're bringing in the Chen. Envy in some trouble. Ana thinking about going back in here, but they can't quite do it. Pylite dies now here, too, for the Soul Rip, trying to live, and well, no more Hadouken's going to go out there for the kill.
Oh, and then the Universe just used the Shrine while Envy was running over. It's okay, you can still keep on farming.
Fair enough.
Excellent play there with the Haunt, too, using that in combination with the Cold Snap, or else Abed was certainly going to get the kill.
Yeah.
A lot easier without going down, more than likely, but he's able to help clean up some.
Thompson trying to get in towards that Earnest Shadows. So effective when you can combo it together with the Cold Snap, since he's going to be maxing out Floss and Wex for the next foreseeable future.
It is a very good space-making build on the Invoker to try and give some more time to our Spectres up top. That a little bit of bonus damage there from the creeps, but it's not enough. Even with the ulti from the Treant Protector, it's not that far.
Yeah. Getting towards that armlet, but maybe when they battle for Roche, these are going to be interesting things to watch for.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuns. That's the only problem. And Seb, when he eventually does get in towards the Nature's Guise, like, there is a lot of combo potential with Treant Protector. And one of the best things about his roots and everything is that he also disarms.
For Abed and to get into those items, but it just doesn't happen.
Top of the last hits chart. Treant Protector, he's slaying it. I love this game. This is my hero, baby. Look at him, he's cosplaying Canada too. That's good. He's got the correct cosmetics on. Really glad he's getting into it.
Definitely. Type of thing that you like to see, innovation in the Dota 2 world.
But Anna seems to be wary of something. He doesn't want to go anywhere outside the tower. Black hole.
It's been a really good job from him, making sure that he doesn't get caught out of position. That's 2 separate rotations where they've brought in Envy and they haven't been able to find a kill onto the Spectre. We'll see if he ventures out here, but it looks like he's still just remaining safe. Has Haunt back up soon.
Go up, trying to wrap around from that side. That'd be such a quick stun.
It is just a tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, like, alright, they're not top and they're not mid, so where are they? So that's why Anna's just playing so ridiculously far. And Seb has just been given so much space. He's going to come down now, and he has the 1 point, so he stands by the tree up top.
Can they kill off the Spectre? The great combo, though. EMP Tornado, Deafening Blast. The Thompson Invokers there. Nobody has mana at all. They're all falling. The universe is going to die. And the Haunt back in after the send back. Sunstrike off the mark, but doesn't matter. They kill Universe, just trying to shackle to keep back this Invoker. But it's not happening. OG running at Fnatic. Dead, and great play there from OG. They take the tower. Oh god, it was so sick.
It was just so telegraphed by Fnatic. It was well known for a while that clearly they're making this move. They want to use this black hole, and you saw how Seb rotated, where he comes in, he hides, he waits in the invis, and he tried to hold the overgrowth for the black hole, but he couldn't, right? Because it was just getting closer and closer, so finally he just had to pull it because Anna was going to die, and then after the Anna just able to escape.
Yeah, the combination there too of like even just getting the overgrowth for that slight delay that it takes for Thompson to get into position. As meanwhile, we are back in the world of the living where it is Abed securing himself an Aegis. Not often that you lose a fight like that and then immediately go to Roche, but
Thompson's on the prowl. He's got a Spirit Vessel. He's going to find the Ursa.
Oh my god, he's already got a Spirit Vessel.
Yeah.
Eternal Envy. I mean, he turns to fight. They are going to get the kill. Now the disarm, observation. Look at this. He can't do anything. Thompson trying to get the finish. He might die in Fountain. No, he's going to buy a Fairy Fire and then use it.
And the Living Armor, too.
Oh, nice play.
Yeah. Yeah, Spirit Vessel, really good item this game. Sometimes you'll see just the
pack game number 1 here. It's a 4,000 gold lead for OG, but at the very least for Fnatic, they do have this Aegis on Huskar.
Matt loves these hero voice lines.
Oh yeah.
That's the best one in the game, by the way. I don't even know what it is. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You get it from just one game of Treant, guys. It's totally. So he just wants to be going around getting kills, and obviously Spear Vessel is a very good item for that. Send back onto Jerax because he's out of mana. Have to credit No Tail on that big fight bomb down too, of course, getting the send back onto the Spectre, who then was able to regen and haunt back in. It's basically the equivalent of a dieback haunt for a Spectre, right? That's something.
That much before, but seems pretty good. Meanwhile, No Tail still making space on this Chen.
Yeah.
Level 6 and pressuring, taking the top tier 1 tower.
We're going to see, I would guess, a big rotation from OG down this way now, too, is, yeah, Thompson finally getting punished for all this roaming around.
Well, and he is going to throw out the whoops there as he falls down dead.
It's an important pick off for them, but I think you can see Mad's. So, especially with his move speed. He's way too slow to get to those trees near the tier 3. So he's going to come down bottom and start focusing this tier 2, control of this area, and use his invis to help plant some wards.
And because of that, you do see that instead it's going to be No Tail that can push out this lane with his creeps. Always create just a threat where somebody has to come back and defend against it, and then maybe they'll play elsewhere on the map.
And he's very hard to. Oh, they get a stun down bottom. They found Sev with the shackle.
Nice play there. Take down the trees, make sure he has nowhere left to go, and they're just going to immediately drop the black hole.
Yeah, it's a core hero.
That's what happens.
I mean, he's going to be caught out of position every now and then on that tree. It's just sort of, a space-making hero, and straight up Manta coming from Spectre. What do you think about this?
A little bit interesting. I don't see any major benefits. Probably the best thing is just being up against a Huskar, right? This whole idea of the single target. We saw how effective it was for Manta on a Tinker versus Huskar. So clearly Manta on a hero that actually uses Manta is probably really nice.
Haunt coming out, DJ. He's going to be found. The shackle on the illusion. Nice play there.
For Fnatic, as long as they're getting some other space across the map, which they are. Envy is picking up a Blink Dagger, or sorry, picked up Blink Dagger, is now going in towards that Basher, so that looks good. And Abed has enough for his Halberd, too.
Yeah. Manta style against the Huskar is like the Desolate is that much more value. The pure damage against the Huskar can just completely decimate him if he's all left alone.
Yeah, although for the most part, Huskar's going to be in a group anyway.
Right.
So it shouldn't matter too much.
Thompson pushing out the lane with Seb nearby, having that Blink Dagger on top of the Meteor Hammer. We do have the Aegis expiring as DJ is going to make his move with the smoke.
Oh. No Tail spots out a ward, though.
Oh, they run into Thompson, immediately dust, but it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, they catch him, but he's just too fast right now.
Thompson, feeling good about that.
Jerax, we talked about how he was like trying to get a little bit of farm gold for himself. It's not just him. All that space up top for No Tail, he is very wealthy. And this allows him to get a couple of these aura items. He's going to build into a Vlad's for the team. A couple of Brawlers and the Spectre and the Train Protector. They'll be happy about that one.
Oh, definitely.
And Seb has his Blink Dagger, so he can be very sneaky moving across the map.
Universe.
Both fun. Knew he was in the vicinity there, and they have a lot of sentries down here too. So he still hasn't committed any more movement speed items, which is kind of interesting. So even with max Nature's Guise, he's still just stuck running around at 429.
I guess the Blink Dagger helps with that a little bit, so he can traverse areas he wouldn't normally be able to.
Yeah, it does mean he can come and chip away at that tier 3 too if it ever gets close up top.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to blink onto some of the trees that are near it.
For Staff, the next item of choice for Invoker after going for the Spirit Vessel.
could be hunting this tree. Like, Seb's going to show, right? Like, there's not a lot of value showing here. He's just trying to bait and hope they're going to come for the kill, and it might work on DJ and Universe here.
Oh, Thompson, he runs into Universe right at the get-go. They are going to be able to hit the shackle, but it does not latch. On to follow this one up, and it looks like DJ is going to be the sacrifice as he tries to head out of there. I don't know if they can chase down Universe any further. He's getting fairly low, but even into the creeps, it's not going to be enough. The Manta to split up the extra bits of damage. Now the lift up onto Envy as well. Sherrick's able to hit the Sun Strike on top of it, but the Enrage was there to keep him alive. And now the rest of Fnatic in the area. They have a buyback on Universe if they want to go for it. They might need to now because they're all starting to fall as they are starting to get through the damage. Thompson on a killing spree. They're doing the Meteor Hammer drop on Abed. They're completely getting dismantled. And are you lost?
It didn't, like, he did well in the lane. It did okay, but post lane, this just isn't a hero that you really want to be like putting your game on, right? And so that means that it has to be Universe who gets it, but great focus down from OG during that team fight, and then Envy is just coming into a fight that's already lost essentially, and pretty hard for an Ursa to clean up. Very strong this game, right? Like the way that they countered the gank onto Ana in the bottom.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just thinking like the sort of the not necessarily play style, but like the team morale, I guess. This is one of the things that I talked about in the EU qualifiers for TI is like if they are feeling this confident with themselves, spamming the chat wheel, everybody seems like they're in a good mood when you see them going through like, in the lunch. Forward in this game, in this series, 17-8 already, 9,000 net worth lead.
Yeah, momentum is incredibly important in TI. Several teams have shown that over the years, right? Like DC, Liquid, of course.
Yeah.
Over the past couple, so Wings even, I guess you could argue, was a pretty momentum-based team. Envy will be focused down here now. Not going to be able to go for a follow-up, though, as his allies are too close, so good choice. Out of nowhere, and the team's still pretty upset about it, so they had to pull themselves together very quickly for the qualifiers, dominated, and now they're doing very well here at TI itself, but again, it is only group stage, so still a very long road before you're even getting to that top 8 of the bracket.
Yeah, the main event is just a completely different animal from the get-go as well. Roche, 80 HP.
Yeah, and you can just do sneaky stuff like this. Easily chip away once more. He's going to wait, though, because the back door is going to kick in. So, smart boy. And maybe hoping that he can trick them into thinking nothing's happening. But, he actually cancels the meeting here. He doesn't want Envy to know he's here.
Okay.
So, are they going to bring some allies to focus him, or? No,
it looks like they're trying to set up over the side.
Has used this Harpy for like the entire game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not really the fastest creep, so it just gets eaten up.
Ana running in close. Needs to be careful with his positioning here as all the rest of Fnatic are in the area. It's Striker Ray clearing through those creeps. Universe does not have a Blink Dagger yet, but he does have that BKB. Could take a fight at this point.
Yeah, and they don't have limiting armor, but Pilot Eyes in the backline, he looks like he's trying to start something here. Or he needs to at least be ready for it, because you are only an Undying. Very dangerous spot to be. I guess if they start to fight on top of Pilot Eye there, then they can just TP the shrine and join him, but...
I mean, look at this. They're just ratting them out back and forth. They're pulling Fnatic across the map, and Fnatic is getting very little farm wall. Again, Fnatic caught in a little bit of an odd situation. The tornado a little bit off the mark. Universe thinking about dropping down that black hole if they want to go for it. Envy's on top of him, down to low HP. Thompson gets the deafening blast off, but not quick enough. The hand of God.
It's a pretty big kill. Take down the overlay. That's going to be a decent swing. 1100. Unfortunately,
replay real quickly. It was so close to gain off the hand of God there at the last second, and I don't know if that would have saved the day, but...
Well, he also had the force staff, too, that, like, saved himself from the shackle, too, so he was getting there.
Yeah.
I think we still need to be wary that they haven't quite gone high ground yet, and the high ground... There is still just a single counter right now of the train protector to handle it, unless you get like a net with the Chen.
Right. That's probably the dream there, to pick up one of those troll creeps. I imagine he would try and look around for one. But nonetheless, Universe looking for that blink. You do have top lane, No Tail, smoked up, and trying to try and get down a...
But won't be able to handle that now, so... Seb, once again, scouting out here.
They would have gone on there if they could have found it. But a little bit late with that sentry ward. Ally die. Meanwhile, though, they drop down another one and see the rotation in from Seb. He just walks outside of vision now, and looks like they're going to try and play around this one as Ally die TP's away.
Thompson is so fast at this point, 550 in Ghost Walk. But still holding the tier 3s means that they'll at least have a chance of the next Roche because of the shrines being there. For now, I don't think they want to go anywhere near Anna. Just going to try and keep on split pushing. Seb is now rotated top. We don't have any bots heroes?
Oh, they have Haunt, though, if they want to use it. And
yeah, they had a DD rune. I was going to say, there's no way he should live, but Seb was comfortable just going with the ulti. Or sorry, there's no way he should die, but
yeah,
he was comfortable going for the ulti simply because he knew Anna had a DD. That makes a lot more sense. The shackle onto the catapult.
And now, no Envy. He just bought that AKB.
Yeah.
So a little bit of luck and a little bit of skill going the way of OG to take down Envy there, and now they're pressuring the tower on us. He wants to pop it. Look at this damage coming out. And there's going to be the Manta Dodge turning now onto Abed. Ana heads the hand of God, living for the moment. The two-person shackle. This could be a decent turnaround. But the illusions taking down Abed with the desolate damage. Oh, it's dirty. And the tip to boot. Easy peasy. OG taking the...
Not gonna lie, looking really forward to this core tree to finally come out. We actually get it, and it was pretty important for the strategy, right? Like, you have an Invoker and a Spectre. This Invoker up against a Huskar, pretty difficult matchup, but the Living Armor just constantly being spammed. The 2 like, that was one of the worst lanes I've ever seen for for Universe, right? Like, he was pressuring constantly, and it still wasn't enough because every time Anna would just back up and get healed.
Absolutely. It's the hard thing to deal with as they have the cold snap with the Spirit Vessel onto DJ. Ana still low, but is hanging on to that Aegis pile. I die, drop. Now on to Envy. They only have 20 more seconds left on this Aegis, but it might be enough regardless because they kill off the bear yet again. GG called. OG doing it big here in the group stages.